Yeah. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice job.
I declare this meeting adjourned.
Alright, good job.
Can I mention that when we were in high school, you know when everybody had to stand up, we got in trouble when we slid our chairs during the meeting. We always had to be slid out before we started because it didn't make too much noise. That was kind of
That was just in your regular meetings?
yes.
Wow, that's...
I mean, because it don't make noise when all the members are standing up. Because if you got 35 or 40 chairs sliding at one time, it is kind of loud.
That's good. Hey, what do you guys think? Did you have official opening and closing ceremonies at all your meetings? Some no, some yes. Did some of you never have opening and closing ceremonies at meetings, or?
I know guests were present.
When guests were present. What do you think? Should we have opening and closing ceremonies at all FFA meetings?
I mean, if you've got
That's how you start the meeting.
How would you know when to start? That's right. I think you should, but I think that it's you know, some people see it as a formality, but I think every experience that those kids have to stand up and to talk and to get some more experience being a leader and doing some public speaking and practicing their part is good.
What do you do if someone's absent? Your secretary's gone or something?
Yeah, somebody sit in usually. I mean, and some people have alternate officer teams. It depends on how big your chapter is. Sometimes you have a chapter so big that you want to have alternate officer teams, and they'll sit in. Or a secondary team that's made up of all freshmen and sophomores, as opposed to the senior officer team. So.
Yeah, we used to have like a junior team. I think it was like 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Several states. I don't think we've done it yet here. We don't have an opening and closing ceremony contest.
At the North District.
Okay, just started, and it's only open to freshmen and maybe sophomores.
7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Yeah.
7th, 8th, 9th, okay. And so they have to do the opening and closing ceremonies, so you might pull a kid that's been doing something like that into doing the part whenever it comes time if one of your officers is gone. But I think that's a good training tool. Do they handle one motion in Alabama? They just do opening and closing.
Dave was the one that started it, and they didn't do anything but opening. They didn't even do closing. But they
Oh, okay.
did closing, I think, after this. But
Yeah.
they didn't handle the motion or anything. It was just straight up. But they had like 6 or 7 teams the first year they did it.
Good.
I thought that was pretty good.
I think it's, and that's what is happening. We're looking for contests that we can kind of limit to the beginners, and that's a good one to limit to the beginners. Anyhow, I like it. I think that it's a good experience.
It gives keep your students prepared for when
Yeah.
they do become officers.
well, it gives the ones that maybe are not as agriculturally based still a way to participate in the FFA. Because you know, a lot of the contests, if you don't have prior experience, it's hard to teach a kid a lot of soils to land judge if they don't have any experience at all to compete.
Yeah, yeah. It's a contest that everybody starts kind of on equal playing field. Yeah, that's right.
I went to Marbury one time to speak, and he teaches all his 7th and 8th graders the parts. It's incredible just to watch them all stand up. And
They all knew all the parts.
every one of them.
That's all
Wow.
we done in 7th grade. Our whole 7th grade class till the end was.
I mean, all
pretty
their
good.
officers did, and I'm pretty sure all the students could say it.
Yeah,
They're pretty impressive chapters.
yeah. And it makes speakers out of them.
Yeah, they didn't just like stand up shy, like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They used to have a state officer like every other year, so
Huh.
I think I would say it pays off.
Is Caleb a state officer? Really?
It all goes back to that learning the open ceremony.
That's the key. There you go. All right, Mr. Sewell.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I guess we also need to learn a little bit about the National FFA organization. So what is the National FFA organization? Anybody know?
I bet Trent does.
We have the state association, but what is the national?
The organization of all the state associations.
Yes, they're the people that look over all of us, right? Alright. So, to be able to get into the National FFA site, you can log in www.ffa.org. All y'all done that so far? Because y'all get your manuals, right? all of
No,
y'all
that's the
been to
other
this
class.
website?
That's the other class.
Oh, they don't have to get them in
No,
this?
they don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Don't have to have these in this class?
No, but it's good you did today. I mean, if we try to cover it in another class, but
Oh, okay.
that's fine.
Alright, well, y'all will probably want to go on there at least to be able to check it out, even if y'all aren't in the FFA class, but from that website alone is where you can pretty much start up your FFA chapter. And this is pretty much the process of getting that going. If you end up going to a school where they haven't had an FFA chapter, or haven't been active, haven't been due paying members or whatever, and you want to get one started back up, this is the process that you're going to have to go through. And as ag teachers, and having the threefold model, we're going to want to have an FFA to sort of bring it all back together. But Dexter, you read off all that we got to have there?
10, due paying members, application, member names and addresses, chapter constitution, chartering ceremony, state officers, Glenna Gordon, National FFA, not sure what that is, Glenna Gordon, National FFA membership, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the person that you're going to have to talk to sort of get all this stuff going. But, alright, so that's not really all that hard to do if you're wanting to get an FFA started. I mean, 10 due paying members. I mean, we've got more than 10 people in here, and your classes are going to be probably larger than this. So that's going to be like one class with people bringing in their dues, and that's not hard to do. So,
And this is cool. You know, we don't usually think about new FFA chapters, but a lot of years we have a couple of new. We have a new one this year in Saraland. It's Mobile County, and it's a new school and a new FFA chapter. And usually where we're seeing new FFA chapters chartered, and they do it two different ways. It depends on how the school's located. But you'll see some chartered separate chapters for 7th and 8th grades. And then some, if they're on the same grounds, they just kind of come in as the same chapter. But that's where most of our new chapters are chartered, I think, is 7th and 8th grades now.
that's really neat. So, and then you also have to do this. I know a lot of people right now are getting up alumni associations and stuff like that. And you pretty much have to start the process all over to be able to do that, to get an alumni chapter. So it's pretty much a very similar process, but dues are a little bit more and all that fun stuff.
What was the chartering member ceremony state officer deal?
The state officers come perform a ceremony and present you your charter.
Okay, that's what I was, okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Did you get to do any of that?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I had to sign off on a couple chapters.
So they had 2 new ones the year you were in there? That's
Yeah, I
good.
remember signing them, but we didn't go do anything.
Yeah.
Alright, now, Dr. Parr, this right here, what is this?
Life Knowledge is curriculum that National FFA puts out on leadership, essentially. And so there's a lot of teaching strategies and things that you can pull off of the web that's free now. It was very expensive whenever it started out. It was like $500 to buy all the Life Knowledge materials, and now they're free, so good for you. And this is something you'll find on FFA.org.
There's also the National FFA programs. So these are things that they're sort of encouraging right now. You've got the Agricultural Entrepreneur. So on here, I'm sure you can go and
Easy for you to say.
do what?
It's easy for you to say. It's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Okay.
It's on.
So this is an educational program designed to increase the amount of entrepreneurship being taught in local agriculture programs. So this is also the National FFA programs, the Ag Ambassadors, which we have one here at Auburn now.
We do.
Do y'all know who that is? Exactly. So what do they do, James Paul?
Call you during class.
They go around the country and promote agriculture.
Absolutely. So it's just pretty much people like college students making other people aware of things that are going on in agriculture. So that's one of the things that they're sort of helping to do. We've also got the agri-science fairs, which are, like you can sort of see, pretty much kids making up experiments, things like that, involving agriculture that help promote agriculture. We've got the FFA Global, which is where students are given the opportunity to go to other countries and sort of see their traditions and cultures and stuff like that. And they get to sort of see agriculture in a new perspective. I know when I was in Honduras this summer, they do agriculture a whole lot different than what we do here. And it's really